Hi everyone. I waited a sec to turn on the microphone because someone just peeled out in the road right behind me. We're gonna paint today, and I need to grab something before I fucking show y'all the camera. One sec. I should have got this already, but I forgot. It's the most important part of painting. Ugh. That out the way. Okay. Now we're ready. A picture in your heart. That's true. Here we go with the wall of paint. It's pretty amazing. It's a lot of paint. Okay. Now we get started. We just cleaned the water heater. We have a tankless, so it has to be cleaned once a year. And the water's coming out with a lot of calcium now, which means that cleaning it worked. But that's full of like a whole calcium deposit right there. Okay. Let's see. I also didn't grab the things that I'm painting. So one sec. You get my whole butt right by the camera. There we go. Extra calcium, strong bones, tons of lime in the water here. Filters don't matter. Yeah, we have mostly iron. We're a rust dirt or red dirt state. The calcium and lime are there too. Same with the cherry and orange. Wait, that's Jello. All right. I'm gonna be painting at least one of these. They're each for a different person. And this one is for my daddy. This is for Star Wars The Old Republic character. Iron, enemy of dark rooms. Yep. And this one is for my boyfriend and partner Mox. The little bleppy person. Little bleppy lizard person. Over here, this one's for my sister Andrea. The catbird dragon. And this one is for September and Stranger. It's the first time that Katie's done double-sided on one of these prints, and there's a lot of like gaps on this side, which will hopefully come off with the paint. If I hit the mic button, assume I'm snorting. What's up? Okay. Okay. For Ramatra here, that's her name. I'm going to be doing a free one of those YCHs I'm doing for my Nargacuga boyfriend. Very cool. I don't know what a YCH is. Is it pronounced yuck? Alright, so first thing we want to do, we take red here. Whoa, that is not mixed correctly. That is fully separated. It's fine, don't worry about it. Gotta remember to shake these up when they're brand new. All right, there we go. Got some red in there. Now we're gonna take some water. This is in this old cannabis tincture bottle. Little pieces you buy that's already a laid out scene. It's your character here. Oh, huh. Kinda cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to thin them out so that they spread evenly, though it does mean that you're going to have to give a couple of coats a lot of the time. Especially with like red. Reds tend to have, because of the cost, reds tend to have far less pigment than a lot of other colors. Folk art is pretty good paint, despite what people who sell Citadel paints will tell you. Okay. There we go. It's going to take a couple of coats, but this doesn't look too bad yet. Aston, please don't break stuff. He's in kind of a huff because people aren't in the right places today. Grumpy dog. Please don't tear apart my purse. Grumpy dog. He's decided he's not happy because Daddy just went out for pizza. Not thin enough. Not thin enough. That's wild. I thought for sure that would be thin enough. That was a lot of water. But it's coming out all just a little bit smeared. That's a good sign that it's not thin enough. Right. Alright, so let's add more water, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it should go on a little more smoothly. We'll try it around the face here. I think that's more or less doing it. It's still going to need plenty of coats, is the thing. The one to watch out for is Apple Barrel paints. They're basically the cheapest version of folk art, and they have far less pigment. They are the very, very budget paint, while folk art is the regular sort of budget paint. That's gone on a little bit smoother on the face. It's not gonna be just like that, but that's a start. Getting cold out now, yeah. Fuck. I gotta turn on the heater in the next few days. We just turned off the AC literally today. Ugh, it's so frustrating how fucking gross the weather is. Okay, so red goes back in. And now, for our little lizard friend, get started on some green. It helps to paint a few different ones at once. This is Holiday Green. That is not the one I am looking for. Hunter green might be a bit too dark. How about grass green? That looks pretty good. I keep looking at the stream preview on the dashboard, which is like 8 seconds behind, and getting confused. Gotta look over to the other monitor. Exactly, Cherry. We're getting nights in the 40s here. Today was probably the last morning it'll be warm enough to sit on the back patio with my morning coffee for the next week or so. Yeah. That's about where we're at here, too. All right, shake it up. Shake it up real good. Green's got more pigment, so it's less likely to separate in my experience. But better safe than sorry. Let's give that about 15 drops of water that we've settled on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, like, Katie and Annie put a lot of work into this thing, and it's really cool. I'm glad y'all like it, too. Hopefully gonna be a permanent fixture for painting streams. If one day I have an actual stream of customers, I may use that as an excuse to stream painting a lot more. All right, so got our little lizard friend here. We're gonna just slap on some green. A little thick. I think it'll be okay. Take a couple of coats. The hardest part is waiting for the coats to dry, because if you go too early, it will completely mess up your whole project. Fortunately, a few minutes in 91% isopropyl will take off acrylic paint without harming the resin plastic. That is something that we did with Warhammer way back. If we got something that we wanted repainted for whatever reason, just bathe it in alcohol. Worked very, very well. Go. Thinking about using some of my UV reflective paints for little bits of this. Some of us have thought about doing an art stream, but I'm pretty sure our drawing process is bad to watch. The problem with our drawing process is that we basically chip away at a sketch until it's nearly perfect line art, then we go over it with line art. That's not bad. I think that's how a lot of people draw. I think that could be very entertaining to watch. And your art is lovely. Go in between all the stripes. Y'all ever seen a Gila monster? I mean, besides me. Oh, out in the wild, they are such cool animals. Go. I know September thinks I'm weird for not having music going while I do these. But I like to just sit in the quiet with y'all. Alright, there's our first layer on our little lizard friend. I suppose I could turn the fan on them. Helps it dry a bit faster. Wow. Hi, Andy. And thank you so much for 68 months. That's the weed number. Oh, beautiful. I did not hear that subscription, so something fucked up somewhere. Unless y'all heard it, in which case that's just my problem. New paint shelf looks awesome. Thank you. You heard the horn? Okay, good. Did not play on my end out loud for some reason. All right, there was specific. There we go. Specific ones for September and Strangers keychain. Okay. Let's blow this up. Y'all won't be able to see all of it or any of it. Blue with yellow and pink with cyan. Excellent. That's pretty close, just bright blue. Okay, and the nice thing about acrylic paints that you mix with water is they won't dry too fast if you let them sit out while you paint. Make sure it's mixed. Wow. That's just a screen of fucking varnish that got stuck on there. Holy crap. All right, blue. Blue usually has really, really plentiful what's it called? Pigment. So it should be okay doing just a couple of layers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We may not get finished all of these in the time I've allotted myself, by the way. I hope that's okay with everyone. I may just keep going all night, though. Who knows? It's a mystery to everyone. Oh, I know why I didn't hear it. Because it's playing on the mini PC rather than the main one. All right, here we go. Just blop that on there real good. Blopping is my favorite painting technique. Only the masters know how to do it. Basically, you take a bunch of paint and then you just blop it. So now y'all know the secrets of great blopping. Okay. Yeah, for those just joining us, these are all gift commissions. I'm not making any money directly from them. They're very fun and for people who are very dear to me. You can, of course, commission us if you feel so inclined, or just buy one of our pre-built designs. I blopped too hard and too greedily. I blopped too close to the sun. Right. There's our first layer there. That looks great. That's only going to take a couple layers, too. But that one we got to do both sides of. And it doesn't matter if you're a little messy on these either, which is great. Secrets of great blopping. One artist's tale. Wonderful. Okay. For Annie's, I know we need some UV reflective stuff, so I get to try out these. These we got special because they're high pigment UV reflective paints. We got some low pigment ones, and they were a giant pain in the ass to use. We're talking like 10 to 15 coats, and you could still kind of see through it. Let's go with the... one sec. Yeah. Okay. So she's got the green body and head and all that. And my phone's blipping off the hook. Not to be confused with blopping, which is not something phones can do. At that many coats, you're using so much paint, you might as well have bought the more expensive one. Exactly, that was my logic. Oh wait, these ones apparently have a seal under the cap. That's new. Alright. Not a good seal. R. Get it? Like the marine mammal, the seal. Alternate flavor. No. No, don't eat the paint. Wow, that's very thick. Holy crap. That is some thick paint. That's gonna take so much water. That's true, Beekeeper. Not that I've ever, you know, taken paint and splashed it around in the store. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're definitely going to need more than that because this paint is... well, it's like Solid Snake's butt. Wow, that is just now that has reached the consistency that the other paints are right out of the bottle. So we're gonna add at least another 10 drops, maybe 15. When I was a kid, says Beekeeper, the tester's display was always covered in dabs and sprays. That makes sense. Is this acrylic? Yes, these are acrylics. Most of these are folk art, which is very fine paint, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Remember in Metal Gear where the clap of Snake's ass cheeks would keep alerting the guards, right? Alright, 10 more drops. The way I figure it's better to over-thin than under-thin, because what you do to correct over-thinning is you add a little more paint. If you over-thin, or under-thin, rather, it can become a pain in the ass if the paint reaches your model. We're just going to look at that. I think that's thin enough to paint with. Alright, here we go. Cat, bird, dragon. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun. That is gorgeous. Might still be a little thick. But not enough that I think it's going to hurt anything. Okay. Face. Very difficult. It needs to be thinned more. I was wrong. For small areas, very definitely. What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops? See where that takes us. Little bit at a time. Off. Up here on the face. All right, all right. Sorry if some of it's off camera. Sometimes there's not much I can do about that, because my eyes move slow and my hands shake. I'm not even 40 yet. Oh, I just noticed. Katie even added little paw beans on the foot that's facing the camera. That is so cute. Okay. Go. I think the most complicated one of these that we've done is Ramatra there. She's like 20 layers of stuff. And that one's drawn from someone else's art, interestingly. Only one that Katie has copied from somewhere else. I think this one actually might have been based on a stock image of a cat, though. So I'm wrong. There's two. There's two that she's copied from something else. All right, looking cool. Very cool, in fact. Mondo Cold. Okay. Ramatra is almost dry now, so we can start on the places where she is dry and just add another layer of red. She's one of those Darth Maul people. I forget what they're called. She's one of them Star Wars. From Star Wars. Aston, what's the problem, baby? It's okay. Want to say hi to the stream? Randy, there he is. There he is. That's Gaston. Hi. Being grumpy. I'm doing much better lately. Eating well. Not panicking near as often. Both dogs have some very serious abuse trauma. But I think Gaston's grown to be very, very strong. So what are y'all doing today? Got any late night plans? I'm gonna have pizza soon. Drawing? Very cool. What are you drawing? So, I think her nose is also red. I should change the shade on it a little bit, though. She's got a lot of face tattoos, because that's what those Star Wars do. Could also paint her ears red, huh? Just sitting there, being unpainted. So, yes, when Daddy comes home, please don't dive through my painting section. There we go. Here and everything. Working your way through some demos from the Steam Next Fest to see if there's stuff I want to wishlist down the road. Very cool. I don't bother with those a lot of the time. It's too much information for me. So, not something I can really do. But tell me if you find anything good. It's a sex thing, so it can't be talked about on Twitch. Oh no. Use euphemisms. Like, compare it to drugs, which are allowed on Twitch now. Because we're NC-17. Oh yeah, smoking her right in the weed. Right. More lizard green. Lizard green. Lizard green. Lizard green. Got blobs. I guess I'll do them in a different color. Not a different color, but a different shade. Depending on how you view categorization of color. Could be the same thing. Looking good. Gonna dry and it'll be darker. Got the fucking Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song stuck in my head. The original Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not the new one coming next year. It's like they took the regular Ninja Turtles 2012 song and then they turned it into a big band spy show opening. Very strange. I like smoking weed, but it's gonna be with one of my boyfriends holding me, and it's sex instead of smoking weed. Ooh. Definitely smoking weed. Hey Twitch, we are obeying your terms of service to the letter. Someone decided that the letter was more important than the spirit. That's fucked up a lot of things. Okay, things were fucked up before that, but you know. Okay, now we gotta rest for a sec, because nothing's totally dry yet. Basically, oh, I saw a spot that I missed on Little Lizard. That would be the tummy part. A very important part, because that is where the lizard stores pizzas that it has eaten. All right. A little better. Okay. This is almost dry. You can see 3 spots where it's not, plus around some of the edges. That looks like it's only going to need 1, maybe 2 more coats. So that's nice. Y'all ever see the Puff the Magic Dragon animated cartoon? Oh, some wild stuff. I think there was only ever 3 episodes. There was Puff the Magic Dragon meets nobody. Puff the Magic Dragon and Jackie Paper. And Puff the Magic Dragon in the Land of the Lies. This is a wild fucking show. There was a series, I remember Puff and Puff versus the Living Sneezes. Oh, I forgot about the Living Sneezes. Holy crap, how did I forget the Living Sneezes? So that's 4 episodes. Yeah, it was a small series. It wasn't picked up for a season or anything. But there was a few animated specials. Just waiting on that blue. Grab this. And let's also turn the fan up a little bit. Hopefully that won't come through on stream too bad. And that, it doesn't make me too cold to continue. It help things dry a bit quicker. Come on, dry. Little Jackie Draper, love that rascal Puff. Oh, let me show y'all this. Roar. Dinosaur. Brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. There you go. That song was definitely not about smoking weed. What kind of a silly person would possibly believe that that song is about smoking weed? I think that blep is a very versatile emote. It can express so many things. It can express blep. And really, that's about it. But that's very important. Peter Yarrow was pretty emphatic in concert that it was not about smoking weed. Yep. It's, we'll just pretend that he's not lying. If I had made one of the most beloved children's songs of the past 100 years, I would also not admit that I'd actually just written about smoking weed. So it makes sense. So, some of that blue in there. That may be too much blue. Even the cartoons were fucking psychedelic. Like, in a distinctly drugs that are not weed kind of way. Oh fuck, I messed that up. It's okay, we just let that dry and it'll be fine. That's looking really good. I'm very happy with that. Oh, my daddy's not home yet. I wanted to see seeds. Maybe they didn't have anything ready. Right around the corner. Super, super cheap pizza. Let me tell you, every so often, you just want shitty pizza. Everything was in that period. You know, that's fair. HR Puffin Stuff, Lidsville, Zygmunt and the Sea Monsters. That's very true. There's some weed strains now that get close. Like the most intense head high you can get. Yep, and I am never, ever gonna do that. Because that sounds terrible to me. I hope others enjoy it. Period. End sentence. Ate a lot of dollar pizza when I was in NYC. Even if it's bad, it's hard to complain when it's only $1. Yep. You won't find dollar pizza in NYC anymore. Now the shitty stuff is like $5 and $6 a slice. At least it was last time I went. Maybe it's worse now. Get more of that bright green. No one ever brought me strings and sealing wax. Puff's a lucky dude. The indica strains are good for people with arthritis. like 3-4 years ago, I was living in the Bronx. The place I went was down a few blocks from Times Square, so it was out the tourist pricing zone. That's wild. That's more recent than I've been there. I could never find pizza that cheap. Back when Brooklyn wasn't a gentrified hell. Gentrification comes for us all. They're trying to get this neighborhood. Every time some vulture comes asking to buy the house, I tell them $100,000 up front, as is. No one's bitten yet. So, oh, you want to hear about corruption? There's a specific thing that's done here in Oklahoma City, and I can't prove it, so this is all allegedly. But if you fall behind on your property taxes, that's the only time code enforcement comes out. And they'll cite you for any little thing that they can. You ever hear that high golden girl story I told once? Happened because of a Delta 8 gummy that was too strong. Amazing. They had a heck of a business model. You walk in, you told them how many slices, you paid cash, you got the hell out. You did not ask for additional toppings. That got you sent off to the side. That's wild. Yay. Thank you. Okay.
About how much trouble is?
I figured you were gone a long time.
Cash only. 1 year.
Ah. Had to go to a different one?
Mm-hmm.
That explains it. So this is just pepperoni and jalapeno. Just a whole pizza right there. Gotta find a place to set this. It goes on top of the speaker. No, that's gonna press some buttons and it's gonna mess up the stream. Oh, fuck. Gaston sniffing at it. Yeah, I see what you're doing. See what you're doing. Love you. Can I pet you? There you go. Good boy. Petting dog just off screen. Just one entire whole pizzas. Yeah. By the slice was never a thing for me, really, either. Where did my paintbrush go? Oh, it's in the water. That makes sense. The jalapenos at Cece's are out of a jar. I've had some fresh jalapenos here that are grown locally, and they are so hot. Like, they're bred for that. To be really, really hot. Like me. I wrote these guys into 1879, but I don't know if they'll be kept in the New York book. Alright. Get some more red on here. That's looking pretty good for only, what's it called? For only 2 layers. I say, holding a pizza on my thigh. That's how you know you're good at streaming, is when you can have an entire pizza on your thigh and no one can see it in the stream chat. That's the test. That's the only thing. Okay. Made a throne wish list. Don't know if I'll spread it around. Mostly because we need more important things right now. But I was thoroughly disgusted when I searched through plushies. There was tons of bootleg Pepes. So yeah, officially registered on their site. Like, this is a cool idea. However, it is currently trying to appeal to fascists, I guess. So, all right. Get that red on there. Slowly but surely wins the red. Looking very bright now, though. Probably just one more layer of blue. It's pretty close. I'm gonna eat a slice of pizza, though. That looks fucking tasty, right? Hmm. That's good pizza. Those $5 CC's pizzas. Very, very good for the price. Let me take the bright blue. And we paint. Just enough to cover that base coat. As soon as it becomes nearly a solid color, you've got it. The texture of the brush strokes can be interesting too. Though with how heavily diluted the paints are with water, they don't always show up. But I do like it when they do. And I think I was right. I think 3 layers, 3 coats is going to do it for this. Pink is going to be not that. I just played the turtle song I'm talking about, except I'm certain we'd get a copyright strike from Paramount. I am happy at least that Paramount has streaming rights to every Turtles thing now. Because Turtles 87 was not available anywhere. Because Lionsgate was just sitting on the rights. And that sucks. And it sucks that we had to depend on one corporation to fuck with another. Hmm. This is Fat Pikachu, by the way. Everyone loves Fat Pikachu. Still waiting for Lizard Friend and Catbird Dragon Friend to dry. I'm worried that the fan is also going to dry out what's in the palette. Slowly but surely. Do you think that the lizard could have beat the tortoise and the hare? Because I think so. They did not have the blap. Slow and steady might win the race, but Blep wins everything. Every time. Oh, fuck. I was just thinking, hey, that Aesop's Fables tape we used to have was pretty good. Had the tortoise and the hare and something else that I'm sure I don't remember. But then I remembered it was hosted by Bill Cosby. So, ugh. Finish your My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Oh, I could not figure out the syntax there. Finished My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Very cool. What did you think overall? Okay. Let's start on more green here. We'll avoid the space that's a little wet. Then come back around to it. Fresh pizza is also good. It's straight out of the oven. I like cold pizza. God, fresh pizza is something else. It's having a wood fireplace close by. No, they just opened one fairly recently by the Aldi. Maybe I should try that. It looks very hipster chic, though. And I do not like being around rich kids cosplaying being poor. Oh yes, you must try this beer. It's for the working man. Thing is that we watched it early on as it was still airing, started during the hiatus between season 2 and 3. Just that the show only finished in 2020. Yeah, it was on the air for a long time. I severely disliked season 3 because everything seemed so mean-spirited in season 3. Taught bad lessons. And I really couldn't get into the high school ones, which was a weird turn. Let's make a friendship school. Yeah, the mean-spiritedness only seemed to last for that one season. Rewatched the whole thing, and besides the bad episodes, season 1 and 2 are the best. I think so, too. American shows go on forever until they die very slow, agonizing death till they get canceled. What happened to Star Trek Voyager? That show should have ended about 4 seasons back. In most other places I have watched television from, things tend to only... TV shows tend to only last until they're supposed to end. Except for Japan, with anime based on very long-running comics, manga. Still comic books, come on, y'all. It's a different country's word for them. That's why they call King of the Hill an anime over there, which is not a joke. There we go. Right. Starting to look clearer. Clearer. They got sub and dub debates for King of the Hill. Yeah. Personally, I think that the correct answer is whichever way the watcher prefers to take in the information. Neither is inherently superior. But subs seem to come with this intense arrogance from a fan base. Also, I can't do them. I need the dub because I have bad eyes. English subbed Japanese dubbed King of the Hill. That would be amazing. I don't know how to say, do I look like I know what a JPEG is in Japanese? Alright, I could do another layer of blue. Not sure quite how much it would help. But that bright blue is looking nice so far. I'm eating a lot of pizza right now. This is my 4th slice. All I had earlier was a little house salad. So I guess I'm a lot hungrier than I realized. What I find to be most interesting is seeing other countries' intros and theme songs for English shows. Ninja Turtles 2003 had some fucking bangers. We went to Bawarchi for the buffet for lunch today. I don't know what that is. I guess it's a buffet. It was awesome, but we rolled home unable to get anything done for the rest of the day. There you go. I haven't done a buffet in a long time. Indian place, 5-star food in a strip mall. Wow. That's pretty awesome. What I discovered about Indian food is it's very hard to find coconut-free Indian food. Owner's cousin is a retired Michelin star chef who moved to Nashville to help his family get the place going. That's so cool. What I'm learning about the high pigment UV paints, they're still not that high pigmented. Definitely better than the other ones. But definitely going to take a few layers to get going. Come on, little tail. I must paint you. I must paint you green. Go, get some more green on the little leggy. So what's up with people calling animals ankles their inverse knee? Like that's an ankle. That bug anyone else? There's a big Desi population here. The Patels own about half of Lebanon and just started building a multi-generational mansion. The cinemas in Murfreesboro show Bollywood movies. That's pretty cool to know. Crap, I got a pizza crumb in the paint. Alright, I think I fixed it. Every time I hear Murfreesboro, all I can think of is Strong Bad sneezing the word Murfreesboro. Gesundheit. Some people don't have a grasp of anatomy. Squish It Chew remains absolutely adorable. Yes. Hi, Jay and Sam. Let's do the thing. Paint the thing. All right, that's gonna have to do for that layer. Almost feel like we should have printed that one bigger. There's so many little details. Joy are on their way home, apparently. Right. What have we got to do next? Next, I guess we go back to Ramatra. Ramava. Not Ramatra, who is the Overwatch character. There we go. Get a lot of that red on there. I think we're getting close to having enough layers of red. Just the way red be, though. Just left here a few minutes ago. Okay. We're just gonna keep on painting for a while. Homestar Runner is a fascinating world. A lot of stuff comes down to just fun language puns, but there's something that you start to notice after a while, and that is that anytime anyone says anything, it becomes reality. That's how Hamsar and Thenor Cardgage both came to be. Just keep painting, just keep painting, just keep painting, painting. I have not seen the Dory movie. I saw Finding Nemo. I lost some interest when it was revealed that Ellen DeGeneres is a terrible person. There we go. Got some nice thick red on there. Also not watched the Dory movie. Need to find a place to set this pizza for a bit. I've already eaten half of it. I should probably put it in the fridge. So let's go to break real quick. Remember that there is a civil rights movement happening around the country and the wider world. Black Americans, people of color, are fighting for things that should never have to be fought for. Like equal rights, equal treatment under the law, and to not be attacked, terrorized, and even murdered by the police. Here are some ways you can help, including the Bail Fund Network to help keep protesters out of jail, the Oprah Project and the Black Trans Travel Fund to help Black, trans, and non-binary people with food, supplies, and travel out of dangerous situations, and the Black Hills Legal Fund, the Lakota People's Fund to take back their land, the Six Grandfathers, which was stolen by white people, arbitrarily renamed to Mount Rushmore, and then had some white slave owners' faces carved into the side of it. Now, the second commander, more ways you can help. These are kept up to date by Joy. They are September and Stranger in the chat. Please let one of them know if there's anything else that needs to go here. Black Lives Matter, the lives of people of color matter, Indigenous lives and lands matter, Asian and Pacific Islander lives matter. And these are things that we have to keep saying and pushing and fighting for until the people all the way up to the top not only understand and acknowledge them, but work to make them real protected truths. All right, I'm going to go to the break. I'm going to put this pizza the fridge so that it will stay good till tomorrow when I inevitably eat it for breakfast. And yeah, we'll see you in a few minutes. Gonna run some ads, no stance on ad blockers and all that and all that. Anyone know a place where it's easy to get plain cream soda? Most places in the States really only have vanilla. that's kind of an annoyance when you're looking for plain cream soda. You don't, you only know. Yeah, exactly. In Canada, red cream soda is the most popular. That's raspberry, I believe, if I recall correctly. It's been so long since I've had it. And it makes sense that in British Columbia it would be raspberry, because there's fucking raspberries everywhere. It's the national pastime of British Columbia. Raspberries. Huh. Not sure how I'm going to do the outer edge of this. I guess I could just leave it black. But it's got to blend into the stuff on either side. I think now is a good time to start on the other side, though. I got this neon pink, which should theoretically be UV reflective, but it's hard to know because it didn't come in a pack for that. I've also got the one that is definitely proper fluorescent over there. So we'll see which is better, I guess. Maybe. Or we'll just use one, worry about the other one later. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Probably won't have to dilute this one quite as much because it's folk art. So it doesn't come out of the tube looking like, I don't know, cream foundation. That's pretty thick. When I was a kid out near Appalachia, could get plain cream soda and a dozen other things time forgot everywhere else. A lot of those things have gotten harder to find even in the mountains. Yeah. Damn shame. Right. Well, definitely is going to need a few coats. I may switch over to the other one. Yeah, I think I will. We're going to do one coat of this and then go over it with the other one, which will probably be a bit brighter. Hopefully all the pinholes in this aren't going to hurt anything. Really, really hoping that the paint can cover up a lot of that. Okay. Now, this pink's going to take a lot, though, regardless. And in those corners, on the frame at the bottom, and that's what we got now. I forgot to switch to the main screen. Whoops. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna need probably a couple more coats. Back at the desk with more pizza of your own. Hooray! Pizza for all. That is my ruling. All shall have pizza. Because it's actually a fairly balanced meal. And delicious. Alright. Get more of that green on that lizard. Merry pizza to all, and to all a good night. and I heard her exclaim. I guess Santa is being replaced by an opossum here. So I heard her exclaim as she waddled out of sight, "Merry pizza to all, and I'll come back and eat it tonight." So the green's looking good now too. This may be our last coat. This is a lot of the process you're seeing as far as the painting goes. Cream Beast's very good, yes. And we have the best animated emoji on Twitch. Designed by my sister Sue. Like, that's not opinion. That's just the truth. It is the best animated emoji on Twitch. More of that green gunk. Make it into scale. All in all, I would say that Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Season 5, very mixed. Wow, yeah, that does not look good once it starts trying. Whoops. Definitely gonna switch to the other one. The first story sucks. It retcons a lot of shit that happened in the finale of Season 4. And second story... What was the second story? Apparently I don't even remember what the second story is, so it can't have been that good. And the third story is After the Bomb. An actual After the Bomb story in one of the animated series, which, wow. Never gonna see that again. I haven't watched a Ninja Turtle since the 4Kids TV Saturday morning block existed. That would have been Ninja Turtles 2003, which is really good with the caveat that it's got a lot of 90s stank on it. ...2012 has less, and Rise is probably the best animated version of the Ninja Turtles. Like, overall, it's really good. We happened to have Paramount Plus, so we're just watching every Ninja Turtles again. I think the only bad Ninja Turtles TV show was The Next Mutation. Or the anime, that was pretty bad. But The Next Mutation is funny sometimes, but also, well, something I complained about before in My Little Pony Season 3, it's just mean-spirited. It feels like you got 10 angry people together trying to create something and getting pissed off at each other the whole time. Which, if I understand what Saban Entertainment was like at the time, that's probably true. But I really like Rise. Katie put it really well when she said, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the personalities the turtles each have aren't actually all that different from what they are in every other series. It's just what would have happened to them if instead of having a loving father, if Splinter had just been kind of a piece of shit. And going in with that information, I think makes it that much better. Getting my green on. So green. Holds up Catbird Dragon. Do you know what that is? Looks at Catbird Dragon. It's green. I love that scene in Next Generation so much, where Scotty and Data reenact that scene from the original series. It is green. All right. I believe it was Romulan ale. That's green, right? Gotta get that pigment on the animal. Be difficult to just charge slightly more for lower pigment colors on Etsy. Unless you made a really complicated checkout process. Which I've seen people do. I think it'd be a lot of work and it'd scare people away. May now hear my puppy barking in his sleep. I don't know if that is coming through the microphone at all. But he's having a little dream there. Not bristly, so not an angry dream. Dogs have a lot of body language that goes on while they're sleeping. Alright, back over to Ramava. Rise of the Ninja Turtles' theme song is also a certified banger. And to think of it, the only Ninja Turtles theme song I really dislike is the Next Mutation. Right, thinking about using Etsy if physical painting works out. Kind of just out of the necessity of not being able to keep a ton of paintings around. I feel ya. Etsy is very simple to use, but using them, you will slowly start to see how fucking skeezy their business model is. They intentionally bury small creators. And I'm sure they describe that differently, but that's what happens. Red, red, red. The TNG one is Aldebaran whiskey, apparently. Huh. So many of their search results are paid ads. Yeah, search engines now just have paid ads and fucking LLM articles and very little else. Reddit really has become the front page of the internet, and that's horrifying. Everyone should be horrified by that. Best advice with Etsy, or best advice with Reddit? Don't post anything. Oh, shit. They do not foster a welcoming community in most subreddits. Alright, so this hasn't dried yet. Definitely switching over to the specifically fluorescent one. Could actually keep out the paints that I'm currently using so I don't forget and switch shades. But yeah, I've got this vanilla cream soda here. They're really mediocre. I know we've talked about these on stream before. Sorry about the glare. That's just how bright the ring light has to be. But it's from Oklahoma. They didn't have any colas, by the way. They just had root beer and vanilla cream soda, both of which are startlingly mid. Not something that I would pay $10 for a 12-pack of again. Oh, I've gone too quickly and everything needs to dry. I'm just gonna blow on it. Not really helping. Did you eat that whole pizza? Did you eat that whole pizza? Ow. Good job.
Better than
That's good. I also noticed that it seemed to taste better than usual.
the crust was my.
Mm-hmm. I had thought that it was maybe just that I hadn't eaten very much today. But no, this one's actually seems to be better. I asked him, "Can I wake you up?" Oh. I think he might be mad that he can't lay on Fat Pikachu. Not his other favorite. He's got Sunshine Bear. Really need to trip through the washer. Yeah, we're just literally watching paint dry now. Yeah. If I can move these into sight, we all can watch the paint dry. There we go. Paint drying. This is the quality content you come here for. Always hated that word content. Feels like we're reducing ourselves to people whose art and artistry have no worth beyond what kind of what amount of money that we can provide for a corporation. That's fucked. You know what I can do? I can keep painting the other side and keep painting September's side. Looking at the border here, silver. I'm thinking a dark silver and then metallic blue for the screws. Do I have a dark silver? Where are my metallic silver? Where's my metallic grays? Where's my silver? I know I had silver. Fuck. Of all the things to not have, silver. Any in the extras? Doesn't look like it. Risby, what are you doing? Risby's getting into something. Is there a storm coming in? It's good. You can't go back there, baby. Too much stuff over there. Risby. Okay. It's okay. Daddy's right outside. He's freaked out because Daddy is not in the house. And he keeps leaving, and then Risby thinks he's never coming back. Even with the zero width space, it still showed on stream as a graphical emote instead of a plain text emoticon. Yeah, Twitch is like that. It's a damn shame. I can't believe I don't have a silver. That's fucking wild. I have graphite. I do have white pearl. Wait, I have to have a silver. No, I have a silver, gosh darn it. Could it have gone, though? Maybe it's in this, Right, oh yeah, I think that's it. No, that's just black. White. Black, white. Fuck. I have so many blacks and whites. Here's a really old one. Probably no good anymore. It doesn't even have a color name on it. No. 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 I thought I had silver. I really, really thought I had silver. Now I'm irritated. Ow, 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 ow. Not silver. No, that's gray, which is like silver but non-metallic. Damn. I bought a whole metallic set. Should have come with a silver. This is weird. I feel like I've crossed dimensional barriers. That's how intense this feeling of this is not correct is. You know what? We can do it in gold with blue pearl for the screws. Or just white pearl with blue pearl for the screws. I think that's going to be the play. Go. That needs water. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Good enough. Good enough is something that every artist has to learn. It took me a lot longer than a lot of people. Good enough is important. what if I just mixed in some gray with the white pearl? Think that'd work? A drop or two of this gray. No. You know what really sucks about Twitch, aside from everything? They've added this page now to their analytics where it says, your last stream was this, but you should try this. And it, like, basically just tells you to play Fortnite instead of whatever you did. It's fucking useless. You know, just 2 little drops of gray. Let's see how that looks. Really wanted this outline to be silver. Alright, that's not bad. Got swirls right now, gotta mix it the rest of the way. Once again, if you want to help us keep doing this for a living, we've got our Patreon there, and we've got our Etsy store where we sell keychains and such just like this. See, right now it's just pronoun pins because there's a lot of preparation to get key tags or keychains ready to sell. That's what these are going to be. All 4 of them, in fact. Just a bit of a keychain binge. Now I'm doing this very, very carefully. We grew up with Ninja Turtles everywhere. People much younger than us. God, it was everywhere from till about 1994. Anyone born after 1994, I don't know if you can really conceive of how big Ninja Turtles was for about 7 or 8 years. There were entire sections of stores devoted specifically to Ninja Turtles figures and nothing else. Instead of maintaining your own identity as a channel, how about instead be a cookie cutter streamer 8675310? There's one thing that I never want to be. It's one of those fucking streamers who get really, really big. If we ever get to that size, I don't want to turn into that. Tyler Ninja Blevin, for instance, tried to claim that if you don't get angry about losing, then you're never going to get better. Says you should get angry about losing a video game, and I'm like, come on, man, there are kids watching. Because your entire audience is under 13. So, that's what I got so far. A slow process doing these smaller details. With the shaky hands and all. Old shaky hands, that's what they used to call me. On account of my shaky hand. Cast and chill, baby. Okay. Okay, you just had a dream. Okay. Need to panic, baby. Hey. There we go. Oh. All right. Back to painting. litany against fear, but against anger instead. Finish the base piece. Excellently. Excellently. Excellent. I was trying to say excellent and also reading alternatively at the same time. It's only a game. Why you have to be mad? I like that Zarya has that voice line in Overwatch. I rarely pull it out on people. Unless someone's acting really shitty, then I'll do it whenever I kill them. I'll just use that voice line. Like, I'm not gonna make them better. I might as well make them feel bad about how they're acting. Aston, you really gotta chill. Don't be okay. You don't need to be wrecking your nose anymore, okay? One of his coping mechanisms is to lick his nose over and over again. And it causes him injury. That's a tough one that I don't think he's going to actually get over. Okay, bye-bye. I really love playing Overwatch. I wish it wasn't gestures broadly. They have intentionally attracted the worst community possible. And then they sit there wondering, why is our community so bad? They did do something interesting this season, though. They made it so you can no longer see your, you can no longer see metrics once the match is ended. They're just cut off and disappeared forever. And that has actually stopped some end-of-match toxicity. And I don't know how long that'll last, but it's been nice. If someone does poorly, someone shouts about it, I can say, prove it. And they'll be like, arg, I can no longer prove it. There we go. All right. And that's a good enough first layer. Might only need the one layer. I like metallics for that. They tend to cover very, very well. Hey, got some truck juice going. Specifically, says Sam, I love that, but I'm that kind of bitch. I hear ya. Build a game around being an esport, and you wonder why you have the combined worst of gamer culture and sports culture. Yep. And Overwatch League, because it was... Okay, so Overwatch League is scripted. I think people understand that now. I think people know that. It's pro wrestling. And that's kind of cool in its own way. But before they admitted that, they were actually making the dev team like balance the game based on how matches went in Overwatch League. And that completely fucked the game for literal years. Paul is making me rediscover just how good a belly can be as a paw warmer. Ain't that the truth? Either your own belly or someone else's. It's like, I feel at this point, no one's gonna be like, nuh-uh, if I say Overwatch League is scripted. And that's been a long time coming. Alright, Little Lizard is looking good. Let's get the stripes going on her. Still got a little bit of wet paint, but nothing that should be bobbered. Bobbered is my favorite Cockney word, by the way. Alright, so we got the Midnight Glow fuchsia here. Alright, it's got the seal. Keep people from eating the paint. Go. Again, looks real nice. Very, very thick. We're going to use just a little bit and add 1 drop there. It's a big drop, though. We're going to add 25, or we're going to add 15 drops to that and see how that goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's like as much water as there is paint. Now, the next one that we need to get to a point where people won't get angry at you for pointing out it's scripted is UFC. UFC is a work, y'all. Anyone who's ever actually been in any kind of violent encounter will be able to tell you that immediately. Still not bothered. Lauren Cooper, The Catherine Tate Show. I don't think I've seen that. But that doesn't bother me. Alright, let's see how this spreads. So it was weird that there was 3, like, high-budget Pinocchio projects this year all of a sudden, right? That's weird, right? There was the Disney remake, which was fine. And there was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which is pretty damn good. And there's Liza P, which should have been called Liza Pinocchio. Because this is not 1994. And Sue is really enjoying that one, as is September. Alright. That is looking really good so far, don't you think? That looks gorgeous. Everyone's real into puppets who want to be real boys. I guess so. Go. The name Liza P is just as bewildering as Super C was in the 80s. 90s? I don't remember when Super Contra came out. Called Super C in the West. And there's actually a reason for that one is the thing, and that's because Contra wasn't exactly a thing you wanted on your kids' video games at that time. That's looking gorgeous. We'll see how it looks once it really starts to dry. Then we can estimate how many more layers they're going to take. So, get more of those Gila spots and stripes in. There we go. Oh, that's looking nice. That's looking nice. And these stripes are going to be UV reflective, too. Given all the doll posting I see on the Federated Universe, I'd gotten the polar opposite impression. Ah, hell yeah. That looks beautiful. Yeah, I like these new paints. We'll see how that looks when it dries. It's gonna darken a little bit. And when it darkens, we gotta brighten it some more. I think this needs one more coat. Because there's still a few parts where you can see the black through the red. So we're gonna do that. Very gently. No matter where you go in my house, there will be Risby here. Right after this stream, I'm gonna get some towels in the wash. Something I gotta do. Did a load of clothes, and I think I mentioned that I cleaned the hot water heater. Which wasn't as gross as I expected. I've seen some real horror shows watching videos about it. But those are from people who like had a tankless water heater for like 4 years and never cleaned it, I guess. This needs one more coat, us layering up for commute in the colder months. I feel that. Been a long time since I had to bike everywhere. Thankfully. If I was still having to bike everywhere, I'd be screwed because my legs aren't strong enough for that anymore. Have to just wheelchair everywhere. I was watching a YouTuber talk about a local anime convention here that went very wrong. And I know that seems like it's totally off topic out of nowhere, but she acted like she's from Oklahoma, but then she said that Oklahoma doesn't really get cold weather. It's warm most of the time. And having lived here for quite a few years, that has never been true. Oklahoma gets very harsh winters. Oh, fuck. We are not tropical yet. Note the word yet. I think we're pretty close to being subtropical, but we still get bad winters. All right, I think that'll dry down to go a fairly solid red. Blizzard is starting to dry. So we can definitely see that we're going to need to put at least a couple more coats of pink on there. Because that is not going to do it. Tell me you haven't lived through southern winters without telling me you haven't lived through southern winters. Yes, that's exactly it. Oh, fuck. Fuck, Oklahoma gets down to around the same temperatures as fucking British Columbia. Southern winters tend to be shorter and more intense. I think that's about it. The fucking ice storm a few years ago. That was terrifying. Been through a couple of those. They're always terrifying. Pulling down, what's it called? Pulling down electric lines and things like that. Scary shit. Always got at least one good snow a year here in North Texas till 2016. Yeah, we usually just get a lot of wind. Oklahoma, very windy. Oklahoma gets every type of natural disaster, weather and otherwise. Sometimes all at once. No, we don't naturally get earthquakes, but then Mary Fallon told us that it's definitely not fracking causing those earthquakes. Sometimes I wonder, Oklahoma's elections are rigged. Or if they're just that effective at getting people to vote against their own best interest. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a combination of the two. Voter suppression is very much a thing. Right. So, that on there. Just like the Foxes always say, it fucking windy. And when it fucking windy on top of fucking freezing, yeah. Especially if there's a high humidity. Wind is the thing that really does me in. I lived in a breezy valley, and then I lived on top of the mountains. And let me tell you, Oklahoma wind is something else. All right. Things looking good so far. Let's get more of this green on this green cat. The weird fucking cat out here. I don't want it fighting with Lucy. Right. I think I've got to thin this green some more. I think enough of the water has evaporated. And it's having a hard time going on evenly. Fucking hell. All right, let's give it a few more drops. Not a huge amount. There we go. 3 drops should do it. It'll be fine. R. You know what the weirdest thing about original Star Trek was? is looking back on it and seeing how awful it can be, especially when it comes to women, and realizing this was considered progressive at the time. We as a society are so slow to learn. Hey, that's looking pretty good now. Hopefully we can get it looking like that when it's dry, too. They're both much calmer currently than they were. Risby, hey. Risby, baby. Risby, hey. Don't chew on your foot so much. You're gonna draw blood again. I have mentally ill dogs. I feel for them so much. I don't watch much TOS, but Enemy. Oh no. Oh fuck. If that's the one I'm thinking of, where Kirk and Gasp, a woman, switch bodies. Oh my god, it's horrific. Let me dab up a little bit of paint that fell into Kitty's mouth. Don't want your catbird dragon eating paint. That's a no-no. More bright silver. The one where a glitch with the transporter splits Kirk into the good and evil part of him. Oh no. Not quite as bad as the one I was thinking of, honestly. Still not good. No. No. Captain James T. Kirk, you were the chosen one. You were meant to bring balance to the Force. That famous Harry Potter quote. Oh, I regret saying that name out loud now, but it was the first mega franchise I could think of. Right. Chilling in space. We need each other. James, that part of you tried to have his way with the yeoman. I don't think you need that. Oh, bringing balance is such a ludicrous idea, which is why I'm glad Final Fantasy has taken it in a different direction. You need to balance light and dark, because if either becomes powerful, they will consume the entire world and everyone in it. Right, so September's sigil is yellow. We got bright yellow. Bringing balance to the Kirk. What's a boat? This is the Kirk boat. Right, get some yellow out there. The church boat? Yeah. That's a Final Fantasy IX thing. The Kirk boat. Alright. Up all that yellow into a yellow goo. Yes. And the dwarves, Final Fantasy IX, a very, very thick Scottish accent, which is not uncommon for dwarves in many things. I've known some very tall Scots in my time. I don't know why everyone makes dwarves Scottish. Okay. So far, so good. You know, we need Yorkshire dwarves. Damn right. We could have, I don't know. Brain shut down. We could have Brazilian dwarves. How about? I like the sound of that. Right. Looking good so far. Just gotta let it dry. But the Kirk boat is where they had wedding ceremonies, which they needed to do so that they could go into the forest or whatever. Brumiel. Broomy elves. How about, I don't know. New York elves. I would like New York elves. Hey, I'm tending Flora here. Yeah, I think that'll do for the red. We're still getting a little bit of the black through it. I can maybe run some red ink over it at the end. Now I gotta actually look at the color key for Ramava there. Alright, hair is dark, dark brown. Spikes are bone white. Teeth are bright white. Clothes are the same kind of dark brown as the hair. The Elfin Mafia. I'm gonna give you an enchantment you can't refuse. Okay. So for brown, we have brown. That's it. It's just brown. Not dark enough, so I'm gonna mix some black in with it. That black? That's black. Alright. That'll hopefully be able to dilute it to be as dark as I need it to be. Is that? Have I been fucking that the whole time? I thought there was another shape there. Alright. Heck, I need to... I need to communicate better. Fuck. Alright. Let's do the hair anyway. Oh, fuck. Did the thing again. Did not shake it. Go to boop. My phone booped. Never gonna boop for the right reasons. Netflix trying to advertise stuff to me. Like, okay, you love cartoons intended for 6-year-olds and also monster movies with lots of blood. Yeah, I was always taught not to shake Polaroids. All right. Together, I guess I should put the water in too. Oh, this bottle's actually out of water. One sec, I need to go fill it. No one minds. I will run some ads while I do so. You know, scrape by on pennies. All right, I will be back in a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. I don't know if the ad break's over yet. I also knocked over the camera when I walked by. So now it's at a different angle. Sorry about that. All right, now we can add water. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because there's a bit more paint in this one. You think we could get away with pirating everything that's on Netflix by calling it the Netflix archival project? Well, Kitty's starting to look really good. So now we've got some very dark brown. Found a set of diamond files in the 3D printing toolkit, which had never been opened. So that's why a lot of these surfaces look so nice. Okay. Currently painting in the hair. I think I'll do some dry brushing over this afterwards. So the hair looks more like hair. The Netflix archival project is just piracy. Yep. It is illegal, but morally right to pirate most things. That's the way I look at it. No, I didn't. Need to color the ear a little better, maybe. No, I gotta stop myself. Remind myself of those 2 words that I said near the start of the stream. Good enough. Right. I think it's very important to make the distinction that piracy is both illegal and morally correct. Okay, almost done with the hair. I need a darker red for the tattoos. She's doesn't need a lot of colors, but she needs a lot of low pigment colors. It says nothing, but it's technically a disclaimer. Doing crime is illegal is the disclaimer we've used before. That's really good. I was told throughout my entire childhood by the FBI that winners don't use drugs. It was in the attract screen of every arcade game. I'm gonna tell you this. I think winners do drugs. I think losers do drugs too. Drugs cross competitive boundaries. Then toot. A lot of professional athletes, right? So something that we've been talking about for a while, especially with the Xenons, is they were touting on Twitch ads that their gum, I don't know who they is in this case, I don't remember, but they were trying to exclaim that their gum would make you better at video games. They don't do that anymore. I wonder what happened. I think Yami is completely wrong about how not being able to be a master duelist if you smoke weed. I can be a master duelist, and I smoke weed. 420, yo. Every day. Performance enhancing video game gum, yeah. And we were going like, they're either going to have to admit that their gum doesn't do anything, or they're going to have to admit, or they're going to have it made illegal because you can't use performance enhancers. All right. Just get them little stripes on there. Painting in little stripes. Someone in the comments of that video mentioned that the pharaohs did smoke opium. That's very true. Opium. It comes from a flower. And that's all I'll say about that. I remember in Canada, British Columbia at least, for a time, you could absolutely just buy opium poppy seeds, but there were all these laws about how to use them, but no real way to enforce those laws. So I'm surprised there wasn't a lot more opium use widespread. So go. It's a lizard friend will look better and better with each layer. It's just weed Yami doesn't like. I gotcha. Okay. So he specifically doesn't like marijuana. It makes strategic thinking more difficult. That's the real reason he doesn't like it. Nothing to do with laws or morality. Right. Keep saying all right. It's kind of my word at this point. We've been playing through, some of you know, we've been playing through the Crisis Core remaster. It's better than other Final Fantasy sequels. That's a very low bar, but I'm enjoying it. It's interesting to see Sephiroth rather than Jenova puppeting Sephiroth's desecrated corpse. Right, I should also once over her ear. Once more into the ear, my friends. We are. Probably shouldn't travel into the ear generally. Unless you're a very, very tiny doctor who's going in there to get hands-on with an evil flesh virus that is in your flesh. Then it might be okay to go into the ear. I am entering the ear. I see no God up here. Just stripe on another layer. Or if you're on the Magic School Bus, that's true. I'm on the Magic School Bus. Go. Still smearing paint all over this cat. Yugi just wants to blaze it, but the ancient Egyptian pro gamer headmate won't let him. What are you, Yami? Some kind of narc? That's what we've really learned today. Yugi's cool, but Yami's a narc. Alright. So much green. There's just so much green today. It must be Green Day. That's the day that we celebrate Green Day. Or is that Green Day Day? My favorite thing I've ever heard was someone going, "We literally watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Growing up." Plurality isn't new to you. Uh-huh. And for my generation, it was Freakazoid. which is probably the best portrayal of plurality I've ever seen in anything. Which again, low bar, but well, Killer 7 might have done it better. But it's a close contest. Filling in more yellow now. I'm going to do one more coat of the brown, the very dark brown on Ramava over here. Because I want it to stand out a little bit more than it does as not being just black. I'll tell you this, I have never navigated a nostril in my life. Now back to the Magic School Bus. I entered the nostril, but I did not navigate. That's my impersonation of Bill Clinton during the Magic School Bus trial. That famous trial Bill Clinton was part of. Definitely about the Magic School Bus. Right. This is looking good so far. Remember that one. Okay. Do they still show kids the Magic School Bus? I hope kids are still watching the Magic School Bus. I assume so. I think they did a reboot series briefly on Netflix. If I don't know for sure if that ever actually happened. I know there was talk of it. Fill in those teeth. Why don't we use the slightly gray metallic for the teeth? I think that sounds like a great idea. Thank you, me, for suggesting it. You're welcome, me. I am just glad that I could help. That'll be a lot easier to fill them in like this than it would be if I was having to avoid the dark red tattoos. Because the teeth are embedded. Stripes are continuing to look great on Lizard Friend. Gotta put together a purple for her tongue, too. Gosh, it's almost midnight. I don't know that I'm going to be able to finish these on stream. Maybe I'll do another stream of it another day. That's Burgundy. Yeah, I think that'll work, Burgundy. Burgundy tattoos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe Burgundy has enough non-red in it that it'll be a little easier to gain coverage. Right. Pretty sure Reading Rainbow got its little reboot miniseries. This may not be dark enough. That is definitely not dark enough. Right, let's just... Oh no. Oh no, I got it in the teeth. Oh no. Now the teeth look all bloody. That's okay, we can do the teeth over. Not a big deal. Does it have LeVar Burton, though? Yes. Yes, it does. He was actually the one who, not single-handedly by any stretch, but he ran a Kickstarter to get it started. LeVar Burton is just excited to be able to teach people things, and I think that's wonderful. I remember as a kid, I always thought it was kind of confusing that LeVar Burton wasn't blind, but Geordie LaForge was. It was a very odd feeling to go back and forth between the two shows. I don't need bright red, I need a darker red. Holiday red. Just gonna have to add some black to the burgundy, I think. Get a good, I don't know, just a drop in there. That should darken it enough. Who is this paint? What darkens my doorstep? I think I'm gonna need another drop of black. Oh, maybe not. That's actually starting to look good. Took a while to start to mix together. Alright, let's give that a try. Oh yeah, I think that's dark enough. A lot more bread. It looks a lot more brown than red now. As you will note, I tried to say brown and red at the same time. Peyton. Let's get this bread paint. You know it. Right? Got the nosy here. There's so many little details to this one. Which on one hand makes it very cool, but on the other hand, it makes it hard to paint. Paper doesn't let that happen. I need to move shit and squash and stretch shit stuff. Shit, yes. Brain is not wording very well now. Shit, I'm gonna have to repaint that with the red. That's gonna suck. A few places on here I'm gonna have to reset with the red. And the brain doesn't do the thing with the words. Oh. It can be entertaining for sure. To grab a marker so I can mark off which of these paints are currently being used. I am slowing down. Not crashed yet, but getting there. BSOD, but it's a lizard. New gender just dropped. Okay. So, pink on the little stripes. Yawn. Big yawn. There's no way, right? One sec. Gotta check something. Okay, thought so. There we go. Did you end up back there again somehow? I think we have another mouse. Ugh. Okay, now we've got... I'm going to just do a couple more things and then call it. I'm exhausted. I'm going to fill out the rest of the yellow on September's sigil. Also got to grab a marker to mark these paint cans. All right, there we go. All right, so this is what we got. We're about halfway through our lizard friend. Maybe a third of the way through Ramava, because there's little details I have to go back over. We're almost half done this keychain, because we'll be moving on to that side later. And we've almost got the green to take properly on Annie. On our catbird dragon. There we go. All right, cool. That's gonna do it. There's our support links once again. I hate to push the point, but you can join us over on Patreon at patreon.truck.community, along with these fine folks currently supporting us. They keep changing the names of the buttons. Listed in no particular order are Melissa Case, Sage, Jay Unionize Everything Except Cops Logan, Conduit of Queerness, Mage of Life, and Andemonium. Thank you all so much, keeping us going. Over on Patreon, you can get exclusive vlogs and photo stories, and 4 times a year you can get cool postcards sent to you, drawn by September and Remy. So that's gonna be an exciting thing to see a few times a year. And over at the Etsy shop, you can buy some really, really great pins. They are up to the quality of this stuff every time. We make them to order. We print them to order. Have any pronouns you want on them. Currently, they only come as pins. If we can ever get the rest of the prep work done, then that'll change. And we'll be able to sell them as key rings as well. It's just going to take a big setup that's going to take a few weeks all on its own, because capitalism is hell. Wait, here's our schedule. I'm not going to read over it because this stream is kind of impromptu. Been going for well over 3 hours now, but, you know, impromptu. Here's our YouTube channel. There's lots of good streams on there. And I may be back with more of this another day. I may do it off stream. It'll be one of those. You know, on stream or off stream. Just makes sense. And I think that is gonna do it. So, everyone, good night. Thanks for coming.